It starts with Joe, who, like every day, wakes up in the morning, freshens up, and goes to his bookstore, where he used to work but today becomes a little special for him. When a cute girl comes to the bookstore looking for a specific book, whoever tries to talk to that girl, the girl was also very good-natured, and they became friends after a little chat. The girl reveals her name to be Ash, and they both go out to have coffee together. While talking, Joe also takes a selfie with Ash so that he can cherish these beautiful moments. And to make the next day memorable, the one who gets up in the morning like every day and goes out, today he goes to his special friend. He also goes to meet her, after which he goes to the cafe and waits for Ash when she also reaches there. Both of them are very happy to meet each other, and while sitting and talking, whoever asks Akish, Ash started telling him what work he does, but meanwhile we met a man named Hunter. Ash tries to convince Joe to do something. She tries to shoot Ash when Hunter arrives, takes a gun from his pocket, and shoots Ash. He gives her the shock and leaves her there, who is completely shocked, and starts chasing Hunter. He started doing this, but the very next moment, Hunter disappeared from there in a very strange manner. After the day, Joe became very sad and would not leave his flat for several weeks. His condition worsens further. Then one day his friend comes to visit, bringing 2 coffees with him. He is deeply troubled by Joe's poor condition, who also tries to drink coffee. But due to ill health, I could not taste the coffee. He is unable to do so and accidentally drops it on the ground. His friend tries to ease his stress by talking to him. But the one who was not even in a condition to talk was missing Akish a lot. Seeing all this, his friend gives him his coffee and asks him to eat something and goes away from there. Now that same night, Joe suddenly got up and went out of his flat. He goes out and buys a gun and some bullets from outside at midnight. Several hours had passed, and it was now morning when that gun tries to kill himself by pressing it to his forehead. But despite trying several times, the gun did not fire. Who fires that gun on his couch? But this time the bullet would have been fired from the gun, which would have hit the house. The AI assistant present is about to call the police, but he who refuses to do so, he tries to shoot himself again, but this time the gun doesn't fire. Joe, distraught, breaks the glass of his apartment and jumps out, but the surprising thing was that along with the pieces of glass that remained suspended in the air, suddenly his eyes opened on his bed and all the things in the house were lying as they were. The one who sees all this gets upset and does not understand anything. What is happening to me after all? Then his AI assistant says that Ash's urgent messages are coming on your phone, but Ash had died long ago. Who ignores them thinking they are old recorded messages and goes out of the house. While walking on the road, a girl passes by who was glitching strangely, like there was something wrong with it, and it looked like a screen. After all this, Josh went straight to his friend and offered him shows his phone, which is constantly receiving messages from Ash. His friend says that Ash may have pre-written and scheduled these messages. Who is now slowly coming towards you? Perhaps she wants to tell you something. Now his friend says that you should go home and do everything comfortably. Open the messages and see what is there in these messages. But looking at the messages that keep coming in, he opens his message right there on his phone and sees it. The message was a video in which Ash was telling him that if he was watching this video, this means something has gone wrong with him and they may never be able to meet again. But there's one last thing you can do for me. Ash tells Joe to go to his bookstore, where you used to work, and find that special book there, in which I have left a special message for you. With this, the video message sent by Ash ends. Now we see some people who are watching every move very closely. After this, Joe went straight to his bookstore, where he asks his colleague about a book or parcel that has arrived for him. His colleague gives him a red book. He walks out of the store with the book, and as soon as he opens it, there was only a love letter in it, which, as soon as he read it, he was suddenly shocked. After which he starts leaving from there for his home. But then a man starts following her. Now we are shown that the world we live in is just a video game in which a fake world has been created, which is controlled by a big company, and this world will be called the digital world. They send their men into the digital universe to work together to destroy Joe. So that they could do it, both the people from the company now chase Joe and reach his building. Joe suspects someone is following him and goes into his flat to lock the door. Tries to do so, but the man blocks the door with his feet. The man entered inside and tried to shoot at him, but he missed the target, so he hid behind the table. Then another shot was fired at him. But again he missed the target, which had now surrendered to the man. But then his hands automatically move the gun towards the man, and this time he is killed. It made Joe feel like someone was controlling me. Another man arrives immediately, but attacks Joe from close range. The blow was so powerful that Joe's gun was knocked out of his hands. But despite this, once again, it is very dangerous. Fights along with the moves and finishes it the next moment. Whereas one who did not know so many fighting skills, now after dealing with both of them, Joe returns to his flat, then a voice calls out to him from behind, sounding like Ash. He turns back and looks at the screen in his room. It was Ash who was on the same video call at that time. At that very moment, the bodies of the dead men had also disappeared from there. But here's what gets very confusing, because he himself had seen Ash die before his eyes. But now she was in front of him on a video call. Now Ash would clear his confusion. Before she tells Joe that over the past few years, humans have made tremendous progress in technology. The entertainment and gaming industries have taken a leap forward and created new projects. Hunter was one of those companies, and he was a worker who collected data from around the world for many years and created such a project, created something that was exactly like the real world and came to be known as a video game. But Hunter still can't solve one big issue. During those days, Hunter met the same man who was Joe's friend in this fake world. Joe's friend helped Hunter a lot and solved all the issues Hunter had to face. I was reading, and then a world was created which was not real but did not seem less real. In that world, Hunter created a digital population. This proved to be a huge success, and the company invested in it for advanced research and further development. Hunter started using research for good in that digital universe. Tried many dangerous experiments, such as dropping nuclear bombs on people, and so on and so forth, and they were eliminated. Within a short time, Hunter became the CEO of that company, and everything continued. He would always do such tests, and then restart the entire digital universe, so that everything would be as before. Then he did what he could for the world and what the character of created there, after which he, who is going to do dangerous experiments in the world. Ash came to this universe by hacking Hunter's system, but he liked what he saw. That's why she didn't want anything to happen to Joe and no one else. She wanted to stop Hunter from experimenting under any circumstances. Joe was very surprised to hear all this because, till today, he considered himself real. But that was just the result of a system course. Now Ash Joe has to be Hunter's. Veer shows it and tells that this is the same person who shot and killed me that day. When I am with you and Hunter, she also shows the pictures of Jogi friend and tells that your friend initially supported Hunter, but later got upset with his actions. He stopped working with Hunter and disappeared somewhere. Now Ash needs to do something with that system. He needed to extract the data, but he needed help, which only Joe's friend could provide. We see that the girl working on Hunter's team, who was his manager, is very unhappy with Hunter, because Hunter was repeatedly tampering with the system and breaking its principles. But Hunter didn't care about anything. He was only concerned with his experiment. Now Hunter manager tells the girl that the girl I shot in the digital universe, find him in the real world and bring him back. Hearing which the manager leaves from there, when Joe's friend sees that Ash and Joe need me, he goes to Ash and started talking to her. But before much conversation could take place, Joe's friend had to cut the call for some reason. Now, in the real world where Ash was living, some people wearing strange masks enter Ash then manages to get out of the house, but a drone begins to chase her. Somehow escaping from all of them, Ash reaches the place mentioned by Joe. Joe's friend tells him that whatever weapon you have with you, leave them outside. Then Ash shows her and says, "I only have a small knife." So he calls Ash inside the house, where she tells her friend that Hunter's men are following me. And she asks him why he is using that digital camera. "What are you doing in the universe? And yes, I also want to go back to that world. So I need your help," for which Joe's friend agrees, so he tells him. Taken to a safe place, Ash is once again inside the digital universe, but an alert regarding this had also come on Hunter's system. After reaching that universe, she talks passionately for a long time but disappears from there the very next moment because Hunter, having no doubts, had his friends take Ash back out, and now Ash leaves from there. But those masked men are still chasing him. On the other hand, he who runs to his friend for help, then his friend hands him a pen drive and tells him about a location where, by inserting this pen drive into a computer, all the data in this world will be backed up. So even if Hunter does some experiment, everything will still be back to normal. Nothing will go wrong, but if they do not upload that data serve on their system as soon as possible. So they may have to face some big trouble now chasing Ash in the real world. When the people doing this start attacking her, she goes somewhere and bends down, while on the other hand, he takes a gun and bullets from his house and gives his AI assistant all the information he has ever received. He thanks her for her help and leaves. Ash is now among the men chasing him. She catches hold of one of them and starts beating him badly to prevent him from revealing any important information. She tries to tell him, but he doesn't tell her anything, and as she goes further, a man suddenly attacks Ash. He knocks her unconscious. When Ash wakes up, he finds himself in Hunter's office. She finds it, and people snatched her weapon as well. Now Hunter himself is digital. He goes inside the universe and meets Joe's friend Hunter, who is in trouble because of his actions. But he was getting very angry, while Joe's friend also did not like this at all. That he's killing people of this unique year just for some silly experiments. But then, while sitting, Joe's friend suddenly felt something like he was choking. In fact, in the real world, Hunter's men had found him. She was beating him by holding his neck, and now he kills her and leaves from there. On the other hand, the one who goes to the location given by his friend, he arrives and does as his friend told him to do. This causes Hunter's office to receive a red alert indicating a threat. So two of Hunter's men arrive to stop Joe, then without wasting any time, he inserts the pen drive into the computer system. Due to which he saw a list on the side. Upon entering there, a cupboard opened, inside which there were many weapons. Who would take one of them with a gun and wait for them, and shoots them as soon as they arrive. Hunter was now fed up with all this, and he took Joe out of there and took him to a secluded place. Hunter makes all his weapons disappear and leaves him suspended in the air. Hunter is about to delete him from the system when these chunks take control of Hunter. It's completely over on him, and whoever takes him out of his house and shoots him is why he couldn't have done anything to Joe. Now Hunter would have completely rebooted the system. After which, the entire data of the digital universe, i.e. everything, is completely reset. It was about to happen, meaning the system would start afresh. Ash had to talk to Joe for the last time. Hunter reboots the system, and one last time, Joe makes him enjoy it. Now before Joe could say anything like this, everyone around him, things and buildings start flying in the air, and then everything disappears, i.e. the system has rebooted and Hunter is about to kill Ash as well, but when suddenly Joe's friend's voice came and the globe kept there started shaking rapidly. He appeared on the screen behind him. Hunter is astonished to see this. Then Joe's friend says, "I'm surprised I'm alive. Whereas you had me killed by your own people. In fact, many years ago when I helped you finish that project." Then, within the codes I gave, there are many hidden levels of the digital universe, in one of which I am alive, and in the other who is alive, now from the different small parts of the globe kept there, who returns to the real world and saves Ash from death. Now Joe gets very angry at Hunter's man, who tries to shoot someone. But the manager, now completely fed up with Hunter, she helps them and kills Hunter by shooting him several times. Throws him off the roof, and thus he is finally eliminated. Joe and Ash then reunite and get back together. They go to the digital universe and meet Joe's friend again, all three of them very happy. Because now there was no one to reboot this universe, and because the one with the code, he is a character. And after his death, his friend also became like this, so they promise, we will keep meeting each other, and with this, the story of this film also ends here.